All Things Unexplained.
On a more serious subject, we wanted to throw it out to you guys tonight, our listeners. You are so important to us, and an important part of what keeps this show going is your financial contributions. If you love our show and would like to hear more All Things Unexplained, please do head over to Venmo. You can find us under the business accounts. Our Venmo is at Bigfoot UFO. You can see it scrolling there across the screen if you're watching us live or on YouTube later on. Again, under the business accounts, that's at Bigfoot UFO. We so appreciate any contribution that you can make. It helps us stay caffeinated, it helps us stay focused, and it helps us return to the microphone. So thank you.
Well, I'm just kind of laying a foundation. Of course, during the Cold War, it really started in the early 60s because we'd had the Cuban Missile Crisis and the Bay of Pigs incident. Of course, during the Bay of Pigs incident, we looked very weak and frail, and the Cold War really was more about competition-based than it was anything. I try to tell my kids at school that it was almost like two children trying to outdo one another when it came to competing in anything, except the competition we were in with the Russians was deadly, or could have been, and brought us to the corner of nuclear war, basically. But old JFK says we chose the moon. We chose to go to the moon in this decade and do other things, not because they are easy, because they are hard. And when the Russians put Yuri Gagarin into space, we thought we needed to trump them. Therefore, we had to put a man on the moon, because it was not just America versus Russia or the USSR. It was America. It was democracy versus communism. It was freedom versus oppression, and whichever one could outdo the other one technologically would come out on top. We actually revamped the whole American educational system in order to try to emphasize more math and science because of the Cold War. And of course, it took 100,000 people working in tandem to actually put Neil Armstrong on the moon in 1969. And a cool fact, the cell phones that we carry around have way more computer value and more power than the computers that actually landed Armstrong on the moon.
All Things Unexplained.